Hi YouTube, this is Eric, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, just click the little like and subscribe button right down there. Like and subscribe to our channel. I created a YouTube channel just based around RVs, trucks, cars, buying, towing, anything it has to do. This is my background and what I've always done for a living for the last 18 years, and so I just wanted to be able to share some of my experience with you. This video here is, my thoughts on if a factory installed brake controller is really worth it or not. If you haven't clicked the like and subscribe button, make sure you click it right down there, and here we go. Hi YouTube, my name is Eric and I work for Coachman Forest River. I am the Coachman Forest River Adrenaline and Work and Play Rep Toy Haulers for the West Coast. So yes, I do work for Coachman and I work for Forest River. And so this video here really is, my personal experience of the difference between getting an aftermarket brake controller and a built-in factory brake controller. My big opinion is I love the built-in brake controllers by the factory. They're so much more user-friendly. You'll be able to see that, there's a display on the heads-up that shows on the dashboard of what your braking capacities are. A lot easier to control, and you don't have any of the cluster that's in the way. So let me show you right now, if you're looking of where to actually find the factory brake controller at in the vehicle, because sometimes the salesman will say it has it and sometimes it doesn't. So this is where it's located at. So, that's what you get when you get the factory brake controller. Is it typically has a tow package in it. If you get four-wheel drive, it's going to actually lower your towing capacity a little bit versus two-wheel drive. Mine's a four-wheel drive truck, so my towing capacities actually drop down a little bit. So my thoughts are, I do love having the built-in factory brake controller, and the main reason is, normally down here is where your brake controller is going to be installed if you don't have a built-in factory brake controller. Now, in my 2014 Dodge Ram, I do have the factory brake controller, which is actually right here. So as you can see, I have the plus and the minus for my tension on it. I have my test emergency brake if I need it. But it's built in here. It's simple, out of the way. It's no issues at all. I don't have to worry about it. I'm a big guy, so it doesn't have to block any of my area right here. But the other big thing is, instead of trying to read off of a little dash right here and seeing exactly what my brake controller is doing, on my dash, on my control panel, if I scroll up, as you can see, a headlight is out. There it is. There's my brake controller. So it gives me everything. So the harder I press, it's going to tell me I'm at 100%. If I lessen up, of how much braking I'm actually doing. And so I actually can see this. It's safe for me to tow with, because just right up there's my windshield. I can just glance down and look at it. It makes a huge difference in the world. This is why I am such a fan of a built-in factory brake controller. This is on 2014 Dodge Ram. They haven't changed much at all over the time. It doesn't matter what manufacturer really you go with, if it's Ford, if it's Chevy. It's all going to be inside this general area right here of where you end up seeing the factory brake controller. And to know if it has one or not, it's going to have the plus minus along with the little brake lever. All brake controllers have that, whether it's aftermarket or whether it's factory based. To me, so much easier than having to have something that's just installed here. It's added headaches, added parts. I don't like it. I like the clean look. It's just out of the way, simple and easy. But this is all in all my favorite right there, is just being able to see how much my brake controller is braking. And if I need to adjust it, it's easy to see me adjusting the gain. So if I need to lessen my gain a little bit, I can hit the less button, or I can hit the positive button to get it back up. Tow package and having the built-in brake controller, you do get the receiver, which is this right here. But the big thing is also that you have a built-in 4-pin and you have a built-in 7-pin. And those are really important. Not everybody out there builds with a 4-pin. But having that factory built-in brake controller, it lets me see what my braking capacities are. It's not an aftermarket one where I have to worry about the plug. I have to worry about a dealership or somebody outside trying to install this, making sure that the fuses are correct. If you have LED lights, it's actually a little bit of a different setup, and it can be such a headache if you don't already have the factory brake controller in it. A lot of times you want to get towing and you want to get out there, you don't have a 7-way, and it's so important to have the 7-way because that's your charge line, it's your brakes, it's the lights on the trailer. That's why there's a difference between a 7-way and a 4-way plug. So when you're out there and you're looking at trucks and you do want to tow down the road, my big suggestion is definitely get one that has a 7-way plug in it. And it makes all the difference. It makes it so much easier just to hook up and go than it is, at a dealership where you're all excited about your new trailer. Next thing you know, they're fumbling around trying to install a brake controller. It takes up leg space. Again, I'm 6'3", 235 pounds, so it takes up a decent amount of space for me. Where my leg goes. So it gives me still all my normal leg room. It's simple, it's easy. If you have the option to go with the factory brake control and you're looking for that truck to go out towing with, get the factory brake control. It saves you so much headache and hassle down the road. So hope you got something out of this video. You know what? Click like and subscribe to our channel. I'm going to be putting up a lot of videos on how to buy different RVs, walk-arounds of different RVs, towing, anything that has to do with really buying and selling the RV business, towing, camping, any of that, because it's great to just be able to pass on the knowledge. I've been doing it for 18 years, so I figured might as well share it with everybody else.